Yeah.
All the Winnipeg guys. Well, Mel's a front runner. He'll be wherever he has to be to.
Mel, look in the back there, Mel. See the back? How do I do this?
So,
this is like.
So Ron is in Winnipeg.
Mel, look at the nook.
Nice.
But
that's a nook. His nook with him.
That's a bigger nook.
James is taking some time out. James, are you staying with us the whole show?
Yeah, I can today. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
Did you tell your boss?
I snuck up to the office right now. No one knows.
Yeah.
You're your own boss, Jeep.
All right. So, Gresh, first of all, I know it's your mother's funeral is coming up. I know we all send our condolences. Yeah. Sorry for your loss and everything, but
well, I mean, it's never an easy thing, but you know, she was always we were flying up here, and we get up here, and my son Ashton flew up with me because he's going to go to college in Winnipeg, right, or university. So Ashton goes, "Who the hell's going to make us breakfast every morning?" Right? Because Grandma come out and cook. One kid wake up at 10, one at 11, one at 12, one at 2. She'd make breakfast whenever you got up. She made breakfast for you. But the last month of her life wasn't what she wanted it to be. So it's sad that she's gone. But I'm happy she's with my dad, and I'm not gonna. You know, I already did all the other stuff, the crying shit and all that, and now it's like I'm just gonna celebrate her life because she had a good life.
Absolutely,
she was a great mom.
Tommy, I wanted to mention that. And as teammates of Gresh, do you remember being on the road when we'd go to Edmonton, Calgary?
Oh, yeah.
The West Coast swing, we'd always see Gresh's parents.
Yeah. I remember sitting in the hotel room having a few shots of whiskey with the family there too. Yeah.
And, again, I've never met any parents more proud of their son. Yeah. My little Ronnie.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Gresh's mom used to call him. And incredible supportive parents that Gresh had, and I know his mom is an incredible lady. I got to see her in Cranbrook a few years, still, at this advanced age, was still so passionate about hockey and proud of her kids and grandkids.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't have somebody that's proud of Larry, but
There's my son.
All right. So let's get right at it. He's
going to be a Winnipeg boy now. Jeep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Winnipeg boy.
Where are you, Ron?
Where am I?
Yeah.
I'm at Lake of the Woods. I guess that's Ontario, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Ontario.
James, is that where your cabin is, James?
My cabin's about 20 minutes before that. I'm right on the border. It's about a 20-minute ride to Lake of the Woods from where I am.
Cool.
What's the name, Jeep? What's the name of the lake?
My lake's called Falcon Lake. It's a small lake.
We went by that yesterday coming here.
For sure.
My brother-in-law was driving, so we didn't really get to see too many signs.
A little fast.
Well, he's got a heavy foot.
So let's get right at it. Larry sends me a text about 25 minutes ago. Send me the link now. We got a new computer. So I jump up, do it for him. And then right before we come on the show, he sends me another text. He says, what did you say? You're going to get fried today or something? Is that
something like that?
Yeah. Good to see you, Larry.
Yeah. Herb. How are you, gentlemen?
Gee, welcome back, Larry.
Thanks.
Larry, who the hell calls you Larry?
I don't know. I hate that name. Whatever.
Larry.
Every time I see that show, 2.5 Men, though, you pop up in my head.
So, Mel, how was your little? You've been gone for a month now or something.
Yeah. Hey, James, did the cabin get demolished?
It's all hauled away to the dump.
Wow.
Big front end loader came and ran it over, and then one of those things, those claws, picked up the pieces and put it in a big truck, and it's taken away.
All gone.
It's all gone. So a lot of memories with it. It was. I'm okay with it. My daughters are pretty sad, and so while we had this heavy equipment there, I was hoping to get rid of a few more boulders and a few little trees, and my daughters won't let me. They were flipping out because there's a big rock in the front of the cabin that they used to sit on when they were 10 years old, and so.
Wow.
They were probably sitting on it when they were kissing their boyfriends too. So
jeez, there we go.
No, we're talking about 8 and 10-year-olds. Come on, keep it clean.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Well, they're 20 years old now, Jeep.
Hey,
In
listen,
their
to
20s.
Jeep, I got 2 daughters too, so like everybody just calm down. Well, Mel's got 1.
Yeah.
Tommy doesn't have any. You know that old saying, right? When you have between boys and girls.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Yeah. When you have boys, you have to worry about 1.
Yeah.
When you have girls, you have to worry about them all.
Mhm.
Last
Well,
night, what?
The reason I brought this up is because my wife's all up in arms because my daughter moved out yesterday.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's only 3 of us and the dog now. So
she's living with her boyfriend?
yep, she moved to Victoria. She's living with her boyfriend. So
Oh.
yeah,
Victoria.
big
Nice
changes
city.
there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. We last night had that big storm in New York where Tom was at, right? So I was talking to everybody, the kids and that, and then my daughter's in Syracuse, so we put her on FaceTime. So my cousins are like, is that it? Do I see a boy?
I don't know what he did there, like with the double. He probably worked on this for a month and he can't spell it right. Okay, where do babies come from?
They come from the stork, don't they? Babies.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna see if we can decipher.
Tommy, him and Danny DeVito went to the same school.
They come from the stork and the mailman, don't they? That's where kids come from.
Yeah. Mel, did you do any homework?
So, Tom,
What?
I called Wang Chung the other day. I've been for the last 2 weeks. I've done nothing but grind and paperwork and on this show. So I called Wang Chung, and the roving reporter also sent me a message. There's rumors out there that a certain guy that looks like you, and that looks like you, has been walking the beaches in Connecticut and Binney Park with a really, really good-looking girl.
Can't be Tom then.
Yeah. But first of all, I don't go to Binney Park.
So the rumor is one of the 2 of you went shirtless, and thank God it wasn't you.
Oh, God, that hurts. That hurts.
Oh God.
So do you want to talk about a certain somebody, or
No, we don't get personal on the show.
what's
Oh, we
not
don't?
No.
So Wang Chung and the drone confirmed it. So do you want me to send pictures, or?
Yeah, send pictures. I'd love
Yeah.
to send pictures. Yeah.
All right.
Show us a couple pictures now.
I don't know how to do that. I'm not technologically advanced.
Right.
Oh,
So
pretty good.
what
Just
did
say-
Wang Chung have to say?
Good enough.
Well, that you've been hanging around with a certain person quite often, and you've been seen on the beach.
Wang Chung wouldn't know that.
Well,
You're manufacturing that. That's just you're making stuff
Nope.
up.
not at all. Hey, anything I say on this show is complete truth. No bullshit.
We're making food
Fact.
over there.
God. Yeah, we had quite a storm here last night. We had 18 people killed in this area. Tornadoes. I think it's like 8 inches of rain, 8 to 9 inches of rain in a couple hours. So it was a lot of cars stranded on the road still, trees down.
Does your tape measure go that long, Tom?
I didn't use my tape measure.
So, did you just change the subject, or?
No, can we go back? Mary, whatever you want to do. People have missed you. So whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about.
Did you say Mary?
Larry's your name? Why would I call you Mary?
I don't know. So
Oh,
who is it? Who is it, Tom?
does James need to show ID to buy liquor? What the? Ira. Let me see. How do you do with the spelling?
Good.
She didn't have a period at the end of ID because he's shortened it, or yes or no?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Fine with that. There is nobody, Larry. Sorry to disappoint you.
Huh. Okay.
Hey, Mel, I know I'm real happy you're back, and I want you to run with things. But before you go, I did want to bring up one thing. I rewatched part of the last show we did a couple weeks ago. Truthfully, when I look back, I said, "Oh, I felt bad about how I criticized Ron Flockhart." And we were joking about Flocky hockey, and I know I went too far with it. I know this. He was a fantastic junior player. He made it to the NHL. Not only did he make it, he played 500 or 600 games and had 30 goal seasons. So then I felt more embarrassing for, the thing I was joking about was that they described his style of hockey as flocky hockey.
Yeah.
And I didn't know him to be that dynamic of a player.
Right.
But you know what? The guy made it to the NHL. Who am I to belittle anyone who made it to the NHL, let alone play 600 games, let alone have some huge years scoring 30
James,
goals.
but I'm going to back you up though, James. I think you're being hard on yourself. You weren't being critical of him as a player, just saying like, who gets a brand of hockey named after himself, right? I mean, is there Gordie Howe hockey? I don't.
Well, that's where it came from. But I know Mel's tight with him, and I don't want to criticize a guy like that. So anyways, I just wanted to get off my chest. That's it. Mel, take over.
James, I think you're being hard on yourself. I think you're fine.
Listen, Sir James can do nothing wrong. Come on. 21 years in the NHL, he can do nothing wrong.
Right.
So, yeah, Ron, and actually I'm going to Sycamoose on Tuesday again, so I might miss next Thursday unless I can get him on the show. So we're going to try. But I'm going next week because Robbie Flockhart died of a heart attack, and they're having a celebration, a golf thing, and so that's why I'm going back. But, Sir James called me, and I said, James, if those idiots that wear black and orange, we can criticize them till the cows come home. Now, I can honestly say that the guys in the black and orange aren't that smart and don't know how to use a effing computer anyway, so he would have never watched the show.
You're saying that about your friend?
Yeah. Well, just because he wore black, from that state, that town that we hate, right? You know what I'm saying?
You mean
But he's your friend, and you're being that critical of him.
No, he's fine. He played exactly 400. His and my career mirrored each other. 453 games, 1980 to 1990, 91.
Yeah, but what doesn't he have though? What does he not have?
Coupe de Stanley.
Yeah.
But listen, he's one of the guys that he rips his own teammates. Wait, if we get him on the show, he'll tell you everything about some of the big shots that came through Philadelphia that were complete assholes. And you could probably name them without me even telling you.
How are we going to get him on the show? You just criticized him and said he couldn't even turn a computer on.
I'll help him.
Oh,
yeah. It'll take us a while, but I'll help him.
All right.
So anyways, Jeep calls me. Sir James calls me and says, I'm in Kelowna with my brother having a few Pabst Blue Ribbons. And Jeep is, hey, Mel, I'm so sorry. I said, we don't give a shit. And what I brought up was I criticized, somebody asked me who I hated the most. Well, that backstabbing German frickin' Laurie Boschman. So I don't give a shit. Jeep, you did nothing wrong.
Anyway, German. Laurie Boschman's German.
Well, it sounds like it.
Okay.
German backstabbing kind of goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm German too. Part. Strudel.
The fun-loving part.
Yeah.
The smiling part.
I'm the calm German.
The calm.
All right, so we need to get to something really serious too, okay? So I think it was like 2 shows ago, we got together and we decided, and this is from a place of pure love and respect, Larry, so you know, that we really need to talk about your performance on the show and how it's. Listen, I think part of it is it's a positive and a negative thing, right? You set the bar so high, and James, I think I'm speaking for you as well. You set the bar so high, like your preparation, your performance, and it just seems like maybe it was impossible to maintain that. Maybe that's the issue, but it just seems like it's really slipped. Like you used to have notes; the notes would flying all over, all over the place and everything like that. And in the last 2 months, what is that?
Yeah,
so
but you can tell that, Tom, Mel's okay today. You know why Mel's okay in your eyes today, right?
Why?
He's wearing a black T-shirt, for Christ's sake. I mean,
oh, Mel, that's right. What are you wearing, Mel?
We know about the hat.
Today's a gold day.
What is that? Bobby Orr signed that?
No, I got a Bobby Orr story though. No, this Mike Krushelniski is my first roommate. Him and I signed it. We did an alumni game, so we signed a hat. I wanted to take the hat, and he went and signed it.
You signed a hat that you wear?
No, just for today. It's in the basement. It's on the I love me wall.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. So no, today is what do you call it? RW and Company, Rose Gold watch, Coupe de Stanley, everything's in gold today.
good, nice. How you smell?
Good. Play by Givenchy I've used before, but I was worried about you. I have subscriptions to 4 magazines. Can you name them, Tom?
Men's
What kind of
Health, no,
magazine?
Esquire,
GQ.
GQ.
Yeah. So I'm doing my homework, reading by the pool, having a Pabst Blue Ribbon, and I remembered that Tom was sweating like a pig with no air conditioning. So he came out with Men's Health came out with some deodorant that'll help you, Tom. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you
Deodorant's
want-
overrated. Deodorant's overrated.
30.
you need some help with deodorant. Okay?
No.
When you're walking on the beach with that certain someone, you gotta smell good.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see what that.
Why are you turning red?
I'm not. No. You know why? Because I'm excited to clear the air about your performance. Has something really been bothering you? Like, there's something we need to know about your personal life that's why you haven't been able to work as hard for the show?
So I'm driving down the road on the way to Kelowna to go see my brother. And you know what I think of the drivers and how stupid they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the blue Mazda with the 2 cups on the back end, doing 130 miles an hour. And I see this freaking idiot that's about 4'2". And you know what he's got in the back of his car? He can't even see out the window because he's got stuffies. You know, like what you give to your daughter, little stuffies in the front and the back of the window.
Maybe those are his Stanley Cups.
Can you explain it to me, Tom?
Well, maybe he has children, and that means a lot to them to have them. And there's certainly a reason that. First of all, you got to be careful. Like, you don't want to be critical of people because of their size, right, or lack of it.
Or being
Right.
different.
Right. Yeah.
Can't
Could be
see out
like-
the windshield, Tom. It's an obstruction.
Yeah, but it's like Jeep's daughters with the rock and the trees and everything didn't want him gone, right, Jeep?
That's right.
They really know.
It's called loving somebody. It's giving.
It's like
to other
Tom
people, right?
with his hair.
Yeah, I give.
Yeah. Tom finally admitted today that he has a big head.
Who? Did I have a big head? Oh yeah.
You told me you had a big head.
No, I do. Definitely.
Yeah. Or maybe just a small face.
Yeah.
Mel, why was this bothering you when you're driving down to Kelowna?
Good point, James. Get after him.
Because it's like after a snowstorm and the guy will get out his credit card and just scrape a little bit of the front windshield and leave all the other windows with snow on them. And they think, oh, I can see fine. So where the hell are the cops when you need them?
Somebody uses a credit card to clean up the windshield. Do they really?
Tom, come on.
Easy. I'm prepared. So that's why I back my vehicle in, so I'm ready to go. That's why I have a scraper in my car. I'm ready to go.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about that, Tom.
Yes, Ron.
You didn't have it parked in there exactly perfect the last time I looked.
I did utilize pretty much all the parking space. Yes.
You moved. You had like the ass was to the right in the back.
Yeah.
And
I know what I was thinking.
And you know who brought it up?
Your son?
My 2 sons.
They back in as well. I noticed that. Yeah.
Well, they back in, but they make it. Tom wasn't parked Jeep exactly backed in on the line, like both sides of the line. He's usually like right on, And he must have been having some kind of day, whatever. Because my son goes, Dad, look at Tom's truck isn't backed perfectly in.
They ever find a problem on an island
So
of beautiful women?
Now I look at it.
Danny, it's women and not in.
Of beautiful women they're in the free margaritas. Sorry, Danny. I mean, Doug, I got a question. He is correct.
That's your best friend too, isn't it?
Yes,
Tom.
he is. Good man. Good man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you walk down the beach as couples or?
No.
You sure?
I walk by myself.
Yeah.
I walk by myself.
But supposedly the last couple of weeks been spotted with someone on the beach.
That is correct. Mostly this whole summer, Jeep. The whole
James.
summer. Yeah.
James, clearly he's trying to stir the pot, and facts would be better, Larry, than just make things up.
Any pictures?
Yeah.
I'll send pictures.
Show some proof.
Yeah.
So do you have homework though, Larry? Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you, buddy. Did you guys see where Evander Kane now went to court and got a order of protection against his wife because his wife was hitting him?
I don't know, how big is she?
Well, there's a picture. She's at least like a foot and a half shorter. So he's a professional athlete at the top of his career, great, big guy, tough guy. Imagine going into court in front of people and saying, I'm afraid of my wife, my little wife, because she's going to hit me. Like that's
Yeah. Oh my God. What does she
What I
weigh?
thought.
Like, what does she weigh? 400?
I think
no, it doesn't look like she weighed 400 pounds. No.
he's setting the stage for the upcoming trial is all he's doing.
Is that what he's doing? That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Is that a fact that some of the guys on his team don't want him back there?
Apparently, yeah. But it isn't just because of all the stuff that's happened. It's like recently, it's all the other stuff too. So
Yeah.
It's followed him everywhere he's been.
yeah.
Yeah.
Judge, I'm afraid of my little wife. I'm a 6'4", 220-pound NHL player who gets in fights, but I need a protection order because my wife is going to hit me.
I mean, I could see if he said she's going to shoot me.
That's true. Yeah.
I would understand because bullets are pretty tough sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Going to hit
Definitely.
me? Like, oh my God, hit
Yeah.
me.
Yes.
Imagine that one, Mel.
James, how's the team looking, James?
It's rookie camp right now, so it's their second day. I just was on the ice and got off. I got my just getting lunch, and then we do a school visit 2:00, and then we're back on the ice at 4.
Sure.
Some real good young players, but tomorrow the veterans report, and that's when you have a good feeling for. Then that's how I know how the good rookies stand up against the veterans. And I mean, I know on paper we have a lot of talent, but still a long way to go.
Are like people allowed to come and watch the practices now?
Nope. If family members are allowed to watch practice, if once we have an inter-squad game next Monday, that's open to the public, and then from moving forward off of that, people will be allowed. But for first, I think 5 days of camp.
Yeah. So if I wanted to sneak in there, I couldn't sneak in and watch?
I think you have some pull that you will be allowed to get in, Gresh. on both from.
No, I wouldn't ask him. I'd be asking.
No, you got pull from me. I'll make sure you're getting
Yeah,
in.
I wouldn't. No. I don't go over anybody's head to do something like that. I would ask you if I could go.
You're 100% welcome.
I was going to come over yesterday, but we ended up going to the lake. And everybody's in a rush to go everywhere. Like, we got to go. And then we didn't leave till 5:00 anyway.
I know you could have been here.
Yeah. And then we went to the casino like Sunday night and Monday night, and they took all the games that I like to play, like 3-card poker, 4-card poker, let it ride, and all that. You know why they took it out? I asked them. They go, because you touched the cards. So I go. My son goes to the guy. Goes, well, when we're putting the chips up and getting chips back and forth, who touches those? Nobody. The betting, like in blackjack, right? He goes, well, that's different. Oh, okay. That's. Imagine how stupid that is. But anyway,
we've seen a lot of stupid things. I think more in Canada than the U.S., but it is what it is.
Do you know what I found out? That if you're Canadian, you can't drive into the States.
I know.
But if you're American, you can drive into the States.
Well,
you can drive into Canada, you mean?
What's that?
American can drive into Canada now.
No, but if you're an American here.
Oh,
like
yeah.
My son can drive over to Minnesota to gamble, whatever it is, like from Winnipeg. Mm-hmm. But my nephews can't go with him because they're Canadian.
But what if you have all those stuffed animals in the windshield? That you probably could then, right?
They don't even check your car then because there's something wrong with you.
Because you're a caring person that cares about somebody else.
Yeah. Or if you had to do Stanley Cups on the back. Mel, I always joke about that, Mel, but God bless you. You won them.
Gresh,
I wish I'd have got one.
Gresh, there was a lot of comments last week about how great you looked. I know someone wanted to know if you still miss the booze and smoking. And
I don't
then
miss the
someone else
booze,
said, Gresh, how can Gresh go from Studio 54 to the Discovery Channel now? Talking about giraffes.
I haven't had a cigarette in 4 months, but it's like, it doesn't bother me because I want to stay alive a little bit longer. But if you go look at one of those videos of this operation, you would never have anything. But it's like, it doesn't matter now. So it's finished. I feel pretty good. I had a long day yesterday, boat rides, bumping in the boat and everything else. And I made the show today, so I guess I'm still alive. But
It's like, well, cigarettes are like that Vienna sausage that Mel shoves into his veins.
yeah, well, listen, I only smoked. I didn't smoke that long. I mean, I only smoked from 12 years old till maybe
60,
11.
it's like 50 years. 50 years.
Longer.
No,
Tom,
50 years.
Do you remember seeing Gresh walk through the dressing room, an unlit cigarette in his mouth, but nothing else on?
I know. Sexy bastard, I'll tell you.
I will never get that view out of my.
Well, it's because it was more not because of the cigarette either. Yeah, I had the physique of a plumber.
Oh God, can't unsee that. You can't unsee it.
There was a couple comments that, can you imagine if Tommy made the Canadian Olympic team? There would have been no miracle on ice.
Exactly.
The U.S. wouldn't have won the gold if you made the Olympics, Tommy.
Yeah, there you go. Would have changed history.
That was the 80. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Mel, were you trying out for the 80 Olympic team? No, you weren't, right?
No.
No, he was a Bruin already, weren't you?
No, he was in New West.
He's a New West Bruin.
1980.
79, 80 was last year, junior. Yeah, I went to Boston's camp in '79 for the first training camp as an underage. So
okay.
that was the first underage draft.
I thought you were a Boston Bruin at that time already.
No.
Tell you, Ira's getting better. Spelling's good, and his content is excellent as well. Oops, hold on. Tom was an elite athlete.
You guys should probably get a room together.
I vouch for that.
Yeah, elite. So Mel, okay, seriously, let's not dwell on this too much. But was there something bugging you for the last 2 months, like some personal issues or something that you weren't able to perform?
No, everything's good. Hey, Jeep, you being from Winnipeg on Main Street, what's the name of that meat or garlic sausage place? Don't know.
I don't know. No.
You eat garlic sausage, all right?
No.
Seldom, but I will be. I will have it once in a while. I know it's a Winnipeg specialty, you could say. I think. I mean, a lot of the old neighborhoods in Winnipeg are very ethnic, Polish, Ukrainian, different nationality neighborhoods, and there's some great delis that still make the like the Polish sausage and the Italian sausages and stuff like that. So I definitely have eaten them. I still will. I don't know if you're at someone's house and they're serving it as an appetizer, but I don't go and buy any. I don't. So
yeah. So the point I'm trying to make, Gresh, is when I went to Kelowna, my brother's still in Saskatoon. He lives in Saskatoon. Somehow he got a hold of 3 rings of garlic sausage that were made in Cudworth, Saskatchewan.
Oh, Cudworth, yeah.
Oh man, was it good? Like melt in your mouth. So good with some Gouda cheese. Tom doesn't understand delicacy.
No, I understand. Oh yeah. Just keep eating that stuff. Just go lay right on the gurney there, plug yourself into the
Listen, they used to have
defibrillator.
They used to have whiskey parties back when I was a kid growing up, and all the families would get together and make sausage. Right? They didn't call it. It was a whiskey party because they all came with a bottle of whiskey and they all drank the whiskey and they would make the sausage, they'd cook it, and that was just the way you ate back then. Like you probably didn't live very long, but my dad made it to 78, so I mean he loved that stuff, all that kinds of stuff.
My grandparents lived to 92, so
yeah,
it is what it is. Luck of the draw.
And Tom, how old do you know, Tom? 64?
63.
63. Oh, you should make 70.
Good luck with that. I can't, because the stress level from being on with Mel here is just like I asked. Like, I ask a question. I'm trying to help Mel be a better person, and he just won't. He won't engage, right?
Yeah.
Mel, how is Mrs. Melnick? How's Rochelle?
Oh, there she is. Want to come say hi? Come on, Rochelle. She's all dolled up. She's going out for coffee.
Oh,
Come on. Come on.
okay. Here we go. Iris really digging it here now. I'm trying to get in shape. I heard Katsi is my dish.
That's not how you spell it.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Rochelle. How are you?
Good. How is everyone? Who's all there?
Ron's here. James Patrick.
Ron, James.
Come on.
James, I want to thank you for understanding why I had to go to the well for my craft.
That's right.
You get me.
Yes.
Thank you.
What was that? You had to go to the well?
The pub.
The pub.
Oh,
For
oh,
my people to learn about my craft.
that was nice.
So after your coffee, you make sure you clean the barbecue so we can put a McKell burger on.
All right. Anyway, everyone's good? Everyone's
Yes, really good now that you're here, Rochelle. Yep.
Yep.
Tom, you're just a charmer, aren't you? You just like, I see you.
Isn't he full of shit?
Oh, I thought you just did it to me, and then I see you're doing it to everybody. So it's like,
No, I meant it for you because of how negative your husband has been. I mean, I can't even have a conversation with him. When you get on, it can have an intelligent conversation.
somebody has to be able to talk in this relationship.
I know. Good point.
Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Rochelle.
Bye.
Don't be late.
Oh, Mel.
God. We need to talk, Mel. Seriously.
Anyway.
All right. No homework then, Mel?
No.
Okay.
No.
Did you manscape?
No. I tried to get a haircut today. I haven't been she's been cutting my hair for a year and a half, almost 2 years. So I was thinking about going to get a haircut this morning, but didn't fit it in.
Yeah. James looks like the human resource lady at the Tenderloin Meats Kielbasa plant in Winnipeg. What is that?
What?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Is this Mark? Are you actually from Winnipeg? Like, do you know what you're talking about? Yeah, I don't know.
The human resource lady. Maybe
Well, we don't know
it's
what she looks like.
maybe it's the office I'm sitting in. I'm at the
You do have the
restaurant.
the school teacher setting kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just in one of the upstairs offices. Just our dressing room every room is being used right now and packed, and a lot of people there. So
Jeez,
Skates still on?
my skates aren't on.
So when you're coaching, do you still tie your skates up every 5 minutes or so, or?
No, I don't. I learned my last 6 years of playing. I learned how to overcome that. I like my skates tied real tight. I didn't like tape around my ankles. I think I explained that to you.
Yes. You did.
Once I went to this double knot system that my laces never came loose again. My last 6 years, I didn't have to do it. I hardly had to do it.
All right. Okay.
So,
What arena are you at, Jeep?
we're at the Rink Training Academy it's a new rink that Ron's nephew built. I want to say 2 years ago. So our dressing room here it's NHL quality. You know, from dressing room to coaching room to players' lounge to.
Is that the rink? Is that the rink Jeep with the? It's got like a couple smaller rinks in it too.
Yeah, there's a skill rink, and then there's a goalie rink, and a track. There's a 200-meter track above our rink, and
I remember I used to run around that track all the time when I first got there. Well,
you thought about it.
I looked at running around it.
That's right.
It's like
it's a real good facility here. So
it's like this guy sent me a text about. He goes, I don't understand why I joined a gym and nothing good is happening to me, and I'm pissed off. And tomorrow I'm going to go over there and see what the hell's going on.
That's good. That's good. Mel, did you manscape?
Was it 1983?
James, can you ask Mel if he manscaped, please?
Where is this going, Mel? What were you going to say?
Who are the idiots that started all the VO2 bullshit and all the weightlifting and everything? What team started that? Was it Edmonton or Philly or?
Yeah, it was one guy, Roger Nielsen, was doing it in Peterborough.
Was he?
Yeah. And
Yes.
John Ferguson did it with the Rangers when he first got there.
Hey, Gresh, some of the fans after last show wanted to ask you, what was Fergie like as a coach? I think we were talking about some of the past coaches.
I like a lot of people didn't like him. I loved him because he the way he was as a player, he brought that intensity right as a GM and a coach. I remember one time he punched. There was a wall walking into the locker room, and those walls were all made out of those bricks or whatever they're called.
Cinder block.
Broke his hand. But he for me, he was great. You know why? Because he loved all the young guys and hated all the old guys. He wanted to get them all off the team right away. And the only guy that he just, I mean, God rest Rod's soul. He passed away, but Jobert, but he did not like Rod at all. Like, I think one time he wanted Nick Fatillo to go beat up Rod. Yeah. And then Nicky ended up chasing Ferguson down the bench area. Because Nicky was he was a good teammate and he liked Rod, you know. Nicky grew up in New York and used to go to New Hyde Park when the Rangers practiced there, and he would skate after the Rangers were done, and he ended up meeting Rod when he was 15, 16 years old, you know. But
James, who we got there? Who we got? Who's with you? Let's give us some airtime.
No, that's just Terrace, who coaches another junior team here. He's just going off to practice. So
Okay.
Just
are those your team colors, Jeep? Black and kind of reddish orange?
well, no, Gresh's hat is our team colors.
Oh,
This
He's had that on for about 2 months now.
well, I'm getting a new one.
we're black and teal blue and gray.
See, Mel, that's like telltale right there. Like he's had that hat on for 2 months, and now you're just realizing what the team colors are.
just making conversation, Tom, with my friend James.
That hurts. That hurts.
Oh God. Oh man. Oh. So Mel, is it? I'll ask James. Sorry, Mel. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to James. Labor Day in Canada, do they celebrate it like we do here in the States?
Yeah, it's I mean, yeah, they do. I mean, it's the last long weekend of the summer, kind of the end of summer. I think it's a huge deal. School always starts after Labor Day, like the Tuesday or Wednesday, Labor Day's Monday. So yeah, it's as big in Canada. Wouldn't you say, Mel?
Yeah, it's big. Big golf.
Thanks for elaborating. So I did some research. Labor Day is celebrated in 80 countries around the world, actually, too.
Labor Day is?
Yep.
Same day.
Yes.
Really?
First Monday of September.
What about July 1st? Is that how many countries have that one?
Well, there's July 1st in every country. Yeah, pretty much all the countries have July 1st.
And how about July 4th? Then they celebrate in the States, right?
Yeah, that's Independence Day, but that's only the States, I think, Ron. I believe.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe you're right, Tom.
Yeah,
I believe you're right. I believe you're right.
Mel, how are all the cars going? Yeah, how are the cars going? Are your cars all good, cleaning, and all that kind of stuff?
Yep, cars are all good. It's about 85 degrees again today, so as soon as I get off this thing, I'm going to do some running around with the top down. Pod will be happy. Yep.
Right.
Other than that, golfing a lot. Got a couple of tournaments I've been doing. Yeah, that's about it.
How are the hands? Are they all cracked, or is that all figured out? You're using the right lubrication?
Hands are good. Hands are good. Yep.
How about your knee? How's that?
Knee is sore as hell.
Oh yeah. How about your weenie?
What?
Your weenie. How about your weenie?
What? Hey, James, so when you're at practice, like, do people come up to you and ask for your autograph and that? Like, if Gresh shows up, you guys can sign autographs next week.
There's no people here.
And scrimmage games open to the public.
The inter squad game. I don't know. I'll be up like we'd have a kind of a room above that we watch. I'll watch with the GM and the assistant GM up there. But no, I don't know. I don't get asked for my autograph here. And
God, that's not true.
oh no, I'm not.
James, you played 21.
Played so long ago, no one even remembers anymore. So
you played 27 years in the NHL, for God's sakes.
Mel, what year did you retire?
91.
Tom, what year? You're 91 or 92? 90, right?
90, I think 1991 was my last year.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah.
I tell you, this Dan is sharp. Tom scored a winning playoff goal against the Blues. Wow.
you remember it, Tom?
Must have went off his ass.
James, there's so many of them, James. I can't.
Yeah, but that's a big one. But you remember that goal?
I don't think I do. If I saw it, I'd probably go, oh, yeah, I can remember now. But yeah.
Do you guys remember your first goal and who assisted on your first goal?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead,
James?
Tom.
I scored in Vancouver on the power play. Phil Esposito and Barry Beck were assisted. I was put in front of the net by Freddie Shero. Put me in front of the net in the power play. And he got fired shortly after that. So,
Well, that okay, smart move, Freddie. But you scored. You should have been like there all the time.
yeah, totally. That's the problem. He didn't keep me there. That's why I get fired.
What about you, Mel?
James, how about you? Oh, go ahead.
No.
What?
1984 playoff game against Chicago. Murray Bannerman, Kevin McClellan. What?
That was your first goal?
Yeah.
And you scored from 1984? Really?
That is correct.
Oh.
Wow.
You asked me the question. Now I'm trying to answer it.
I know, sir. I'm sorry, Mel. That was totally my fault. It was totally inappropriate.
So that kind of makes you a good playoff player then.
Hey, finish because I want to hear who got the assists.
Kevin McClellan and Dave Hunter.
And how did it happen? Describe the goal.
I came in like a blaze from the left point. They found me in the slot and took the one-time snapper. Beat Bannerman, couldn't even see it.
Over your shoulder? Over your shoulder?
I don't think I raised it. No, I don't think I raised it. But I was second star that game too. So, anyways.
Who else was first, Ron? Ron, who was first star?
Everybody else.
Well, probably Wayne, but
No.
that's if you go back to that series, the games were like 10-8, 9-7, 6-3, scored a ton of goals.
As long as you're a plus, Mel.
I was a plus Jeep, and then they traded me.
Okay.
Because you're valuable. Somebody else wanted you.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
How about you, James? Who was your first goal?
My first goal was against Philadelphia. Bob Froese was the goalie. Anders Hedberg and Mark Osborne the assists. And
nice.
Anders threw a puck up to Mark Osborne. A left-hander was kind of going down the right side, and I joined as kind of a third man.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark we got like 5 feet past the blue line. I came in with speed, and he dropped it back to me. I one-timed it off the post.
Nice.
So happy it was against Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember, and then obviously we played with Bob Froese, and
Yeah.
So there's a little history there, and
Definitely.
I will say this: Anders Hedberg was an idol of mine because he came to Winnipeg when I was about 12 years old to join the Winnipeg Jets, and him and Ulf Nilsson were gods in Winnipeg. Like they were the first wave of Europeans to come to the WHA. I think Boreas Salming came a year or two before into the NHL.
Yeah.
But Anders was, when I was 12 and 13 years old, he was one of the greatest player I'd seen live. Like he was so amazing. And he's a great guy. You know, I got to play with him just for that end of that season, like the last 12 games in the playoffs. And so it was exciting for me to have an assist. My first goal be assisted by him.
Right. Gresh, we got to get to you about your first goal, but there's one question here, Mark's got pretty important. Now, your first love. We know Larry's first love would be himself.
The love wall.
Gresh, who's your first goal? Come on.
My first goal was against Ken Dryden.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So he really wasn't that good. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh. He had a good team in front of him.
Who assisted?
Gilles Marat.
The goalie.
What's that?
The goalie?
No. The
Defenseman.
Oh, okay.
defenseman. And the late Rod Gilbert.
Oh, nice.
How did it happen, Gresh?
The puck, Marat shot it into the corner he was playing left defense. And he shot it into the far corner and it came out. So I went to get it and I dumped it on the net and it went to Rod, right? And then so I went to the net and Rod dumped it out in front of the net and I put it through my legs and through Dryden's legs. It wasn't like top shelf in the corner, anything like that. It was just one of those like Dryden was just totally missed it. He totally sucked on the shot. It was going about 2 miles an hour, but anyway, went in. Took me 16 games to score my first goal.
16?
Yeah.
James, how good a shape are you in like cardio wise? You in pretty good shape?
I do cardio almost every day.
Oh.
I either ride the bike. I have a rowing machine. I do that. I'll do the cardio at the gym, but the gyms have been. I mean, they're open again, but I haven't gone back since COVID. So yeah, I'm in pretty. I will say this. I mean, I'm not as in good a shape as I was 2-3 years ago, but I still push myself. I still try.
How about you, Larry?
The wife and I did the Coquitlam Crunch. I don't know if you might know the grouse grind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you climb up a mountain for like an hour. Well, this is like half an hour up and 15 minutes down if you run, but it's at anywhere from 30 to 45 degrees. There's like 500 steps straight up and then you can walk up and run down. So that's the last thing I did. And then we got on the bikes and did some stuff, but I haven't been doing much, just golfing, just walking.
Okay, so no those soliloquies again there.
Okay, Tommy, you walk every morning.
Simple question: if you're in shape,
you walk every morning, and then it's weights at the gym. That's your workout. I'm talking.
I'm sorry, James. Yes, yeah.
Tommy.
I try to do a lot of HIIT programs, so it's high intensity interval training. So
yeah,
I find guess I'm still hitting the weights in. So
and you're getting your cardio.
Yes. James, wow, that's Mark Harris is all over you today. Wow. What is that?
What do you do for cardio, Tom?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll repeat that. I'll repeat it. I do that. Pardon me?
You change your name to something else, or your name?
No, I'll repeat the answer that I already gave just now, but that's fine.
Well, you walk. Walking's not nothing.
I do high intensity interval training, HIIT programs. So
Yes.
you're in the gym, kind of it's a circuit kind of thing. You have exercise.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
And that's cardio. You don't get on a bike. You don't get on a treadmill. You don't
cardio. Yeah, you don't have to be on a bike to do cardio. That's correct. It's getting your heart rate up and down.
Understood.
Yeah.
So you don't get on a bike. You don't get on a treadmill. You don't get on a Stairmaster. You don't get on an elliptical. You don't get on any of that.
That's correct. I do not.
Well, maybe you should start.
Did any of you guys watch the U.S. Canada girls hockey game tonight?
I missed that. I forgot about it. Yeah.
I watched about half of it.
Yeah, I watched it.
I mean, I thought it was super entertaining. Obviously, a final that goes to overtime. My feeling is the funny thing is I think Canada has won like 4 of the last 5 Olympics, but the U.S. has won like 8 of the last 12 or 8 of the last 10 World Championships. Yeah. And for some, I've watched a fair bit, and for the last 10 years, the U.S. team's been way better than Canada. Canada would find a way to win in the Olympics. Like I remember Kevin Dineen's a good friend, played against him. And then when I coached in Buffalo, he coached our farm team. A month before the Olympics in Sochi, the Canadian Olympic team, their coach quit. And Kevin had been fired that year from wherever he was coaching in the NHL and as a head coach. And so they hired Kevin. He came in the month before. So I watched, because of him, I kind of even watched it closer. U.S. goes up 2-0 in the final game. I watched the game. The U.S. is way better than Canada. They're way faster. They're stronger. They had possession. Canada scored with about 5-6 minutes left to make it 2-1. They pull their goalie. They tie it with like 30 seconds, and then they won in overtime. And I was happy for Kevin. I was excited, and I'm Canadian. But the U.S. had the way better team. But watching this game here, Canada was the better team. And I think that both teams, there's been a turnover. A lot of their old vets from the last decade have left the team, so it's a lot of the new younger players. But I actually thought it was good hockey, Gresh. Like, I know that women's hockey is comparable level is almost like boys 16-year-old that age. But I actually thought I was pretty impressed.
What's the girl's name? She's Poulin. She scored the overtime goal.
Yeah.
And I wanted Canada to win because they haven't won in a long time, and being born in Canada. But either way, I can't lose because I live on both sides of the border basically. But I thought the game was pretty entertaining. But I had a talk with a friend of mine, called me, and he was going like, "Oh, the girls' hockey is so great," and I'm going like, "It is, but it's not. You can't compare it to the men's, and you can't like." 16, 17-year-old boys in States or Canada are really good, and they could probably end up beating them. He goes, "No, they couldn't." Well, I said to myself, well, when I was 16 or 17, I think a 25-year-old girl I could probably play against really, really easy. He's going, "No, you couldn't." I go, "Okay." Maybe when I was 16 or 17 back then, the skating wasn't as good as today, but back then it was the way it was. It was, but I thought the hockey was great. I thought the women's game was great. I thought the overtime was great. The refereeing wasn't that good, I don't think, but that's the way it always works out. But how many kids do you have? How many kids do you have at camp? A lot. I mean, like
right now we have with the rookie camp, I think we have 35, and then with the starting tomorrow, I think we have 55. We'll have around 55.
The first year I went to camp for junior was in Estevan, Saskatchewan, and they had like 3 camps. You go, if you get called to the first one, there's another one, and another one. The last 2 camps, there was over 200 and some kids going to try out for like 2 spots on the team. Back then, I didn't make the team.
Okay, we got to decipher this. Take some time here. Let's take some time to decipher this. Was there a ref that was awful?
Yeah.
You just could not stand.
What?
See, you know what he's doing to Larry Melnick there? No effort whatsoever. No effort to be correct. Like there's no capital W.
I didn't like any of them.
I got mad at them, but I didn't.
Listen, when they made a call for us, I liked them. When they made a call against us, they were assholes.
There was games where you would lose your temper. Like I remember getting so mad at some refs, but I don't think. They'd be fine. You'd get the same ref 2 weeks later, and they'd be fine.
Yeah.
Just going back to that game, that Poulin girl who shot the puck. There's absolutely no way in hell Tom would have raised it that high.
Well, he could have if it bounced off somebody's stick.
Oh God!
Trivia.
Here goes trivia. Here we go.
Trivia. What is the most expensive player's card that has been sold to date?
Honus Wagner.
Oh Jesus! How much?
3.5.
Like 500,000 or 600,000, isn't it?
Pardon?
500,000 or 600,000.
3.5 million.
What'd you say, Gresh?
3.5 million.
Yeah, it's over $1 million. 1.1.
Honus Wagner baseball original card, first card, 6.6 million.
Wow.
See now the next part of that. Yeah, never had one, Ira. You don't need a capital R. Wayne Gretzky's rookie card sold for what recently?
2.6.
Money.
Way more.
3.5.
More.
Wow.
Yeah. I think he's the second highest at 4.7 million. Question.
Wow.
Who was the last NHL player to wear 99? And what team?
Wow. Good one, Mel.
Wayne Gretzky, New York Rangers.
Wow.
Correct?
That's got to be the answer.
We played with him.
Wolf Paymont. No. Gretz
Will
owned the
wear it
Wagner card.
in Colorado or Toronto.
Who just
Did you
said
say
that?
the last player outside of Gretzky?
That's right.
Yeah, but you
Will
didn't add that. It is Will
Yeah.
Paymont.
Yeah. It was a
Wilford.
bad question.
Wilford Pye Emont. That's
You
right.
said who was the last NHL player to wear 99?
And I-
Oh, you knew what I meant.
No. No.
Well, Jeep did.
Who was
No,
it?
he had to ask the question to clarify it.
Yeah, but that's why he went to North Dakota and actually finished school, not like you.
I gave you the correct answer. I said Will Paymont.
No, James did. He was first.
I have to get back to work. I got to run.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you going to be able to come on with us anymore?
I might like just depend on our schedule. So I'll talk to you. I'll
Okay.
touch base. But someone wanted to know if Mel was a perfume tester at Nordstrom's with his expertise on colognes from the last show. So I just wanted to end with that. You guys keep going, and I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Good luck,
Good
Chief.
luck.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Oh, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny, Mel.
Perfume tester.
That's pretty,
Oh.
that's pretty funny. Oh God.
Oh, here's a question. Let's do a little trivia then. Let's see if we can answer these questions. What is the capital of Vermont?
Burlington.
I thought it was Piedmont or something like this. Piedmont or Piermont, but I guess we'll get the answer here, maybe. Mel, you did do homework. You told me you hadn't done homework, and there you were with homework.
Where's the capital of Vermont? Montpellier.
Montpellier. Wow.
That's French.
Oh, Montpellier. Yeah, maybe.
The capital of California.
Sacramento.
Correcto. How about Florida?
Sarasota?
No.
I don't know.
Tallahassee.
Do you know it?
Tallahassee.
It is Tallahassee?
Yeah.
You're just making that up. No, North Dakota is not the capital of Florida, Mark. Mark what's the cap? Tallahassee. It is Tallahassee.
Oh,
Good job.
that's my cousin Melanie. I'm going to see her next week. That's my cousin Melanie with Tallahassee.
All right, Melanie.
Way to go,
Nice to
Mel.
meet you.
Her nickname when she was growing up was Rosebud.
Rosebud?
Yeah, Rosebud. You know, like flower.
Yeah.
She's one of my cousins in the Hankey family.
Nice. I like it.
And her sister is going to be her oldest sister is going to be one of the pallbearers.
Oh,
So we're going to have four nephews, or not nephews, four grandchildren, I guess, and then five grandchildren, and then my cousin is going to do so 2 girls and 4 boys carrying grandma's coffin. My mom's coffin. But I'm going back to Good Soil. We're leaving on that Saturday to go. But
Whose place you at now, Ron?
I'm at my cousin, on my nephew's place with cousin, my nephew Jeff.
Oh,
And I'm trying to get this turned around. Let me see someone's here. Hold on a second. Let me see how much thing I have on here. Oh, I got lots on there.
Tom, how bad was that storm out at your place?
it was bad. It was way worse than expected. Yeah, the amount of rain in a short period of time was.
Are we still on, Tom?
Yeah. I was driving up the streets today, and there's a lot of cars just stranded in the middle of the road.
Are we still on? Are we still live?
Yep.
Guess what?
Okay, good. I just asked a question. Okay, I don't need. Okay, this is.
But it was pretty bad. Yeah.
I don't know if you can see everything here.
Yep.
But see that black thing right there in the middle?
Kind of. Yeah.
The lake is over there, right? That's part of the lake out that way. No, that's not the lake over that. The lake is over that way. There's
the lake. It's got the water in it.
Lake.
Yeah.
the dock and everything else, and that's a beach. They built a beach here, so they have a beach. And then that's the main cottage, and that black thing right there is a 20 by 24 foot TV screen.
You told me about that. Yes, you told me that. Nice.
And it's all decked out there. You can sit there and watch the game. So we're gonna watch Rough Rider Bombers game on Sunday, I think it is.
Nice.
So I mean, I know I'm in Winnipeg and all that stuff, but I'm still green, from the Rough Riders. I'm still a Rough Rider fan.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to change that. But anyway, that's about it.
Nice.
The place is beautiful.
Looks like your cousin's almost as rich as Tom.
Almost. That's my nephew, but it's my nephew.
Oh, that's what I said.
Yeah, he's almost as rich as Tom. It's like there's like Tom is very rich. Nobody knows it.
I'm rich because I have great friends like you two guys right there, especially one is.
Ron, I don't know if have you been Facebook eliminated still, or because your friend Tom has been really active on Facebook with hey, fill in the blanks, and it seems like my name comes up on fill in the blanks. What do you do with a banana or some stupid what do you?
So people ask these questions, fill in the blank, they say, and I try everything I can to put Larry Melnick in there. I was going with Gresh for a while, now it's Larry Melnick.
He did it to me, and people were going like, does he not like you? People not like each other? I go like, what are you talking about?
Oh God. So there's a couple there, like, give me 3 words that meant something. So I go, Ron, Gresh, Ner.
Oh, shit.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Ron, so I'm sorry, I asked, the funeral is the 7th?
11th.
11th.
Yeah, Saturday.
So we got another show before. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's we're leaving Winnipeg. We're gonna leave Saturday morning, then fly up there, and then fly into either Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, or Grand Center, Alberta. We haven't decided yet. And then, well, not that I have decided. They haven't,
Right.
I don't make too many decisions on my job. And then we'll spend some time in Goodsell for the day, and then come back that night.
Good. And we got Roger Bear's funeral the funeral is on the wake's on the 7th, right? The funeral's on the 8th.
Yeah, I met Rod, 47 years ago, and it was like the guy was one of the kindest, happy, fun to be around. I'll never forget 30 years ago when I retired, 31 years ago, whatever it was. We had this friend named Ron Pufal, and we used to go hunting, right? So, Rod was like 15 years older than I am, 14 years older. So I remember we were at this hunting shack, and I just retired, so I was in, half decent shape yet. And Rod was retired for, quite a while. So I see him walking by after he showered, and I go like, "Oh my God, that's what I'm going to look like when I get to be your age." And then as I progressed to be older, we were up there, and he saw me one time. He goes, "Yeah, see, that's what you look like." But he was so much fun. Like, he was so much fun to be around. The guy lived life like you're supposed to live it.
Oh yeah, he did.
And I know it wasn't good for him at the end, but he, like our prayers and like for his family and for Judy and everything else are there. And I know I won't make it back for that because I too much traveling for me to go to Canada, back to there, and with all the COVID stuff. But he was a joy to be around for all those years.
Yeah.
I never once over the course of 47 years being friends with him had a bad time.
Yeah, he's good.
I mean, all the guys I played with, but he was one of the first guys that stayed longevity in New York with me. Like, and I ended up staying in New York too. So we bumped into each other a lot of times, mostly over warm milk and cookies and stuff, never, maybe a few, cocktails here and there, but he was a joy to be around, whether you saw him at a Yankee game, or you saw him at a Mets game, or a Knicks game, or a Ranger game automatically, but just all the things. He was just fun. He was just
people loved him too. The things they said about him after he passed away. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've 47 years. I'd like to say something bad about him, just so somebody could say, well, there's not, I don't mean bad like that. I mean, but there was never anything that he did that he was bad at. I mean,
yeah.
When they call him Mr. New York or Mr. Ranger, whatever it was, and all those things he did, that was him. And, he's going to be missed. That's definitely going to be a hard part going to the Garden, because almost every time I went there, I bumped into him, and I got pictures of him and my sons and from years back, and it's like funny because they were little and he was little, right? Rod wasn't the tallest man on the planet. So then all of a sudden you see my son 6'3", and like at one time it was Rod's arm over their shoulder, and then it's like, okay, is that Rod next to them? But he was always like he was a true gentleman, And I don't mean this to be like any kind of thing, but me coming to the Rangers when I was 19 and arriving there, and John Rattel was with him, and they roomed together. If you could find two opposites, that was it. But close friends, unbelievable. They were close friends a lot of years. I think somebody said 7 decades or something like that. They were since they were 8, 9, 10 years old, and he was a true friend and true gentleman, and that was it. We loved you, Rod, and that was it.
Well said, Ron. Well said.
Yeah.
All right, guys. On that note, Mel, way to work. You did some homework.
Mel, you're looking pretty good, though. You know that, right? You're looking good.
Melis, yeah.
Just take it one day at a time, Ron. That's it. So, speaking of missing, what about our friend Pamela and Dave? Where the hell are they?
Pamela, Dave.
It's Paula.
Oh, that's what I said.
I think Dave's got a lot of commitments. I think with IG, with MSG and all that. So he'll be sporadic with us. So
okay.
So you might have to do a little bit more work.
Well, are we going to get on him for not doing any homework? He's been missing for like 7 weeks in a row.
Let's be clear. That wasn't his role, though. Everybody has roles on the show. You took and grabbed and ran with it. The role of the guy that does the homework. Huh. You did, and you're coming back a little bit now, but.
Okay, well, all I can do is try. So
the trivia was good, Mel. I like that trivia stuff.
All right.
It's a tough one. Yeah, I had a hard time getting that Hornet Swagger. That was a tough one.
Okay.
Mel, I'll give you a little trivia. Think about this. I know that Tom didn't mention it, but who did Tom score his first goal
on? Johnny Davidson.
Nice.
Well,
because unlike some people, like the guy up on left up there, I listen to what other people say. I listen and I retain, because I took 2 psychology courses, University of Edmonton in 1984.
That was the same year you scored your goal.
That's right.
The only thing you retain is body weight. See you guys. See you next week.
Stay safe. See you next week. Okay, bye.